Yes, good afternoon, people, and no, I am not drunk. Now, for those of you thinking, we spoon going after Jordan Peterson, yes, I am. Because no one is immune from criticism, and no one's star is that high that they can't fall from grace, especially when their head's up their ass. Now, if you're not on that delightful cesspool formerly known as Twitter, well, then you're a better person than I. And if people send you pictures of tweets, always double check them, especially nowadays, because the amount of propaganda on that platform in the last couple of days has been insane. Wonder why that is. But anyway, would you believe it? This tweet is in fact real. If you go check for it, it tells me it's since been deleted. That's a bummer. I wonder why. Thankfully though, I still have it, because yay screenshots. The idiot anonymous troll demons. It's not very good English, Mr. Peterson. Idiot is singular, demons is plural. But I understand you might be under some stress because you live in Canada, at least I think so anyway, and that must kind of suck right about now. Heaven's sake, the man talks like his Twitter space is a damn holy war. Presume they're insulting me with the sobriquet Jordan Peterson. It amazes me that he's been on the internet for so long, but he still has no concept of how the internet social ecosphere actually works. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you never say online, especially in the age of AI, because my god, Poli's having a field day with this, and it's hilarious. The fact that these cowardly, basement-dwelling, narcissistic toddlers presume that is an insult says far more about them than I ever could. Does he write his own tweets? Because the sentence structure is appalling. No full stops, commas, seemingly random capitalization. My word, it's a mess. Even if they weren't meaning it as an insult, Jordan, even if it was just light-hearted play, that this got over 4 million views and you deleting it implies you did take it as an insult. Your public Twitter outburst and colossal amount of assumption on your part says more about you than it does them. I thought it was hilarious, but anyway. This is coming from a person who years ago said they no longer read the Twitter comment section and they're mentally better off for it. But then he lands himself in hot water, constantly being on this godforsaken platform. I'm no psychologist, but I detect a fair few traces of addiction, dare I say. Now, here is the dilemma that I find myself in, because I'm going to end up doing something that you should never do in comedy, which is to explain the joke. But we have to bring light to the situation. So fair warning for all the Jordan Peterson simps and fanboys, I'm about to be critical of your messiah. So if you happen to fall into this category, oh boo-hoo, cry more. Anyone who's paid attention to Jordan knows the man has been going downhill the last couple of years. And despite popular consensus, I don't think it was the benzos, because there's other people that have gone through similar things or chaotic addictions, and they still come out somewhat sane, Russell Brand being a loose example. Where I think Jordan's descent really started was a couple of years ago, I believe, where he said you shouldn't be able to be anonymous online. That was not a popular take. Not all of us are multi-millionaire, world-renowned personalities, Jordan, you arrogant asshole. That was the most elitist thing I can ever recall him saying, and not the good kind of way either. See, Jordan got his rise to prominence in the mid to late 2010s, where he became this sort of intellectual figure who gave a voice to the dispossessed, and he played into it with a good sense of humor, with impressions of him, the Kermit the Frog voice, the Pepe, and all of that. And as is the case with anything that goes massively popular, it is going to attract its fair share of opposition that is going to try and take it down a peg. Welcome to the age of social media and rampant stupidity. Now, Jordan, despite his intellectualism, seems to be unable to understand this, but if you've accrued a substantial following and cultivated this reputation for a certain style of behavior, given your rhetoric that now spans thousands of hours, this results in a certain set of expectations. And despite his studying of the Pepe phenomenon, he also seems to be unable to understand the underlying theme of energy that powers this movement is dissent against the machine. The same energy is still there. The cannons are still aimed at the same target. The so-called trolls did not change. They did not suddenly become more numerous or more active. No. What changed, Jordan, is you. You have become the embodiment of you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And it became readily apparent to anyone who's really paying attention when you joined the Daily Wire. Because everybody knows the Daily Wire is controlled opposition, if the signs weren't blaringly obvious. I do wonder if he realizes a substantial portion of the so-called trolls he now haphazardly brands as demons or basement-dwelling narcissistic toddlers, which doesn't at all sound like the grasp of a man who's desperately trying to sound pompous. Those are former fans expressing disappointment the way they know best, through mockery. As a matter of fact, I went to his Twitter before I finished up the script. Look at his latest tweet. Make friends with people who want what's best for you. Look at the top reply. None of your Daily Wire friends want what's best for you, Peterson. They can see the poison, mate. They're not blind. This is the kind of stuff they will tell you because they care. When you've cultivated the reputation enlightening the world around ideologies, war, dehumanization of the other, and then you go on Twitter and say something like, "Give him hell, Netanyahu," don't be surprised when former supporters sour on you when they realize the simple truth. You fucking sold out. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.